Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Bonney with Consumer Electronics Daily News, and I am joined here at the booth Intertek. I am with Mike Parker, Vice President of Global Marketing Association and Government Affairs for Intertek. Mr. Parker, thank you very much for letting us stop by your booth. Could you just start off by telling us who is Intertek? When did it start, and what do y'all do over there?
Sure. Intertek's probably one of the largest companies in the world that a lot of people have never even heard of. Intertek is primarily an engineering-based organization. We specialize in testing, inspection, and certification of products and commodities and services as well. The organization is 24,000 people strong. We're represented in over 100 countries by 1,000 different locations. Intertek has been, its various operating companies have been in operation for over 100 years, and actually one of its oldest operating units is now its primary certification mark, product safety certification mark. It's called ETL, which was originally founded by one of the world's greatest innovators and inventors, Thomas Edison.
Oh.
He originally founded a laboratory called Electrical Testing Laboratories to test his inventions, namely his light bulb inventions, and it eventually spun out into an independent entity, and then eventually a part of Intertek.
Right. That's very interesting. Mike, could you talk about what you guys are here talking about, the quality and performance mark that you guys are here talking to everybody about? Could you just explain what it is and what the process is, and what is the QPM?
Sure. Quality performance mark is really a market-driven product that Intertek came up with. And what we were seeing, and a lot of our customers from snowboard manufacturers to refrigeration manufacturers to consumer electronics manufacturers were coming in and doing what we call performance testing with us. And they were doing a lot of work to figure out how durable the product was, how user-friendly it was, what was its life cycle, so that they could develop things like price point and competitive differentiators or marketing claims in the marketplace. And one of the things that we were seeing, along with this, is an increasing skepticism in the marketplace by consumers. Consumers were falling into one of three categories. They were growing more skeptical because they had been potentially burned or disappointed by a brand, a product that just didn't perform to what they had expected.
Right.
So it overpromised and underdelivered. Or the second category is they're falling into much more critical. Obviously, people are trying to make the dollar go a little bit further today than they were, say, 3 years ago or 5 years ago. So they're being very, very critical of the products that they buy. Or the third category is they're just plain old confused.
Yeah.
A good example. I went to the store this weekend. My wife sent me out at 7 o'clock in the morning to go buy a new vacuum cleaner. And I went into the store, and I'm sitting here, and I'm looking at a lineup of 10 different vacuum cleaners that all claimed pretty much to do a lot of the same things. But I'm sitting there with my son. I just didn't know which one to choose because they were all saying the same thing. So nothing really stood out aside from price point. So that was really kind of the impetus for quality performance mark. And what it does is it allows those manufacturers that are coming to us to do their own performance testing to figure out how well the product performs to consumer tastes and preferences before it goes to the market, and to be able to give them the ability to now take that data, take that hard work that they're doing, and actually use it as a selling advantage, or use it as a market differentiator, or use it at the point of purchase to help a consumer make the right decision, and that is the decision to a product that performs better than potentially one sitting next to it or one in another store.
Right. What are some of the performance testing that the QPM actually covers? Can you go through some of the steps some of the testing steps that it goes through?
Sure. The quality performance mark is intended to be a premium mark, so not every product will qualify for it. We've set it through our own standards development, through industry criteria, industry regulations that are out there, and through work with industry associations as well, and then plus our own expert panels to actually set standards for these products. And the standards are based on 5 basic criteria: durability, functionality, life cycle, usability, and the overall workmanship of the product. And what we do is we actually have protocols that we test each of these products to based on those categories. And the manufacturer can choose one that they want to go after. Maybe durability is the most important aspect of their product and the most important to their buying public. So maybe they'll only come to us and say, I want you to test this product for durability. And we'll put it through the independent analysis, the independent testing, durability testing. And if it meets the criteria, which would put it in the top 30% in its category, then they will be certified for the durability feature of the quality and performance mark. And it gives them the ability to now affix the quality and performance mark onto their product. And then it also comes with a series of point of purchase, hang tags, labels, and so on and so forth that they can use to actually broadcast the data in a very consumer-friendly format that they can understand. And it presents that data in terms that helps them to make a more educated buying decision.
Right. And there's another parameter, so to speak, inside the testing. Could you talk about the check plus performance and what that parameter entails?
Sure. The basic criteria that the product offers, again, is the 5 features:
right.
Durability, functionality, life cycle, usability, workmanship. Now, of course, those are generalized to accommodate everything from a vacuum cleaner, a washing machine, to a handheld mobile device. We understand that not every marketer, not every brand, will have its strongest selling attribute captured in those five criteria. So what we did in addition to that, we give manufacturers the opportunity to do a thing called check plus performance.
Right.
And that is, it's a free-form opportunity to say, listen, yes, durability, for example, yes, durability is very important to my product, and I want to have it tested to that criteria. But it's also very important, for example, I may have a fabric component to my product. Maybe it has a leather casing on it. And color steadfastness, weathering is very important to that product and to my buying public. So the manufacturer or the brand would want to then have to go above and beyond and say perhaps that the leather is environmentally sound, meets all environmental criteria, and it stands the test of color steadfastness, if you will, over a 5-year period. That would be a unique criteria specific to that product, and if a manufacturer wants to do that, then we would develop, we would assemble our technical panel of engineers, which focus on that particular product category. And they would develop the actual testing protocol and would evaluate, put the product through the aging process and all the weathering process to determine whether or not the product actually meets that. And if it does, then the manufacturer would then, again, have that opportunity to validate and to broadcast to consumers a very unique attribute specific only to that product.